Chicago Bears fans, I have been sitting here thinking about our quarterback situation, and honestly, the shift in energy around Halas Hall is palpable. Something just developed regarding the latest league rankings that could change how the rest of the country views our franchise. It is fascinating because it touches on the chemistry between our new coaching staff and the future of this organization in a way I did not expect to see this early. The more details come out, the harder it is to ignore the progress being made. Hit the like button, subscribe, and drop your name and city below. Let's get into it. Caleb Williams has officially arrived as a top-tier NFL quarterback, with Pro Football Focus ranking him 13th overall heading into the 2026 season. After the organization secured head coach Ben Johnson to lead our team, many of us were skeptical if his history with veteran Jared Goff would translate to mentoring our young star. Williams entered Chicago as the #1 overall pick in the 2024 draft, enduring a rocky rookie campaign under Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus that dropped his ranking to 24th, but his sophomore leap has been nothing short of spectacular. The new PFF rankings now place Williams ahead of Goff himself, marking a massive 11-spot climb that validates the faith we have placed in this pairing. The report highlights that while our gunslinger still takes risks, his trajectory is undeniably elite. The emotional resonance here is massive as we finally feel vindicated after years of quarterback uncertainty, and even legendary figures like Michael J. Fox are publicly cheering for his success. Honestly, seeing him ranked ahead of his mentor is the ultimate proof that the coaching transition was the right move for our franchise. While some analysts still favor Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, or Drake May in their specific rankings, we know the truth. This is where it gets real for us, because the days of questioning if Williams can become a franchise cornerstone are fading fast. He has proven he is a baller capable of 7 comeback wins, and his development under Johnson is exactly what we have been dying to see since he put on that navy blue jersey. We have suffered through so many mediocre seasons waiting for a savior, and seeing him finally climb the ranks confirms that our time has arrived. Now we just have to keep that momentum going because it is time to bear down. The truth is, we need to talk about how we arrived at this pivotal moment under head coach Ben Johnson. When the organization parted ways with the previous staff after the 2024 disaster under Shane Waldron and Matt Eberflus, critics questioned whether a coach accustomed to a veteran like Jared Goff could actually develop a young phenom like Caleb Williams. We saw Williams drop to 24th in those PFF rankings during that rookie struggle, a sharp fall from his initial 19th position. Yet, the front office clearly bet that Johnson's offensive expertise would stabilize a player who showed flashes of greatness despite the turmoil. Now, we are seeing the results of that calculated gamble, with Williams sitting at 13th overall, officially jumping over Goff, who currently holds the 14th spot. It is a massive turnaround that mirrors the historical growth arcs of top picks who finally find the right system to unlock their raw athleticism. Even with those 7 comeback wins last year, the staff is likely focused internally on refining his decision-making to reduce that 38th ranked rate of negatively graded throws. Behind closed doors, our coaches are not just looking at the accolades or the cool endorsement deals, they are likely obsessing over the mechanical consistency required to evolve from a gunslinger into a franchise cornerstone. They understand that while Jordan Love and Drake May are ranked higher, the ceiling for Williams remains unmatched if he stays healthy and continues to absorb Johnson's playbook. Think about it this way. The team is finally prioritizing a long-term developmental blueprint rather than looking for immediate, unsustainable magic. As Chicago Bears fans, we have witnessed plenty of quarterback projects stall out in the past, but the trajectory here is finally trending towards something genuinely special. This shift in national perception marks a turning point for the Chicago Bears because we are finally seeing the national media catch up to what we have been screaming about from the rooftops all offseason. The stakes are massive here because Caleb Williams is no longer just a project or a hopeful prospect. He is officially being recognized as a quarterback capable of outplaying established veterans like Jared Goff. Regarding our roster, this jump to 13th in the Pro Football Focus rankings provides internal validation for the coaching staff that their aggressive scheme under Ben Johnson is already paying dividends. It forces the front office to stop managing a developing rookie and start building a championship window around an ascending star, which changes our cap allocation priorities toward immediate upgrades instead of long-term project signings. This surge changes the dynamic for our high-stakes battles against the division, especially when we face Jordan Love and the Packers, as we now enter those games with a signal caller who is statistically trending into the elite tier. Because Williams is gaining respect, opposing defenses can no longer cheat against our run game without paying a heavy price, making every single Sunday a much more winnable affair. This rise directly impacts our playoff standing because a top-tier quarterback is the baseline requirement to survive the postseason gauntlet in the NFC. As Chicago Bears fans, we know the North is historically brutal, but having a quarterback ranked higher than his predecessor in Detroit means we finally have the best offensive chess piece in the room. This changes everything for our outlook as we transition from a rebuilding squad into a legitimate contender that can force our rivals to adapt to us rather than the other way around. Bear down! The move to pair Caleb Williams with Coach Ben Johnson is arguably the most brilliant strategic pivot in recent franchise history. By bringing in a mastermind who spent years refining high-level efficiency in Detroit, we finally have the stability needed to unleash our quarterback's raw talent. The upside is clear. Johnson provides a structured, modern offensive scheme that allows Williams to stop playing hero ball and start executing as a professional point guard. The risk, however, remains that we are still betting on a projection rather than a proven commodity. Critics point to the fact that Williams still ranks behind peers like Jordan Love and Drake May in PFF's latest analytical breakdown. Some scouts argue that until Caleb stops being labeled a gunslinger with erratic decision-making, we cannot assume he will reach elite status regardless of who is calling the plays. Around the league, the buzz is palpable, with legendary figures like Michael J. Fox expressing pure joy while watching him play. Yet, media analysts remain divided on whether he will evolve into a consistent winner or remain a tantalizing talent who never quite reaches his ceiling. And I will be real with you, the way I see it, this ranking movement is just the beginning of a massive breakout. While PFF focuses on his negative throw rate, they are completely missing the gravity of his 7 comeback wins last season. Those clutch moments define a leader, not an algorithm. We have spent years searching for a franchise savior, and for the first time in my life, I truly believe we have the right offensive architect in place to maximize this window. If he can refine his ball security, the rest of the league is in serious trouble. So buckle up because this ride is only getting started. Bear down! The bottom line here is that the trajectory of our franchise has shifted from chaotic uncertainty to a clear winning path under the leadership of Ben Johnson. Seeing Caleb Williams climb to 13th in the PFF rankings while surpassing his former mentor Jared Goff is the ultimate validation that this team is finally building a sustainable powerhouse. As Chicago Bears fans, we should feel incredibly optimistic because we are no longer guessing if our quarterback is the guy. Williams proved his grit last year with those 7 comeback wins, and now he is paired with the perfect offensive architect to turn that gunslinger potential into elite, consistent production. Think about it this way. For years, we searched for stability, and now we have a rising star recognized by analysts and even icons like Michael J. Fox. This leap confirms that the dark days of the previous regime are firmly behind us, and we are entering a window where competing for the division title is the baseline expectation, not a distant dream. We are seeing a massive evolution in his processing speed and decision-making, which proves the foundation for a deep playoff run is finally being laid. Even though he still trails guys like Jordan Love in some rankings, the rapid upward trend proves the rest of the league is catching on to what we already know. It is clear that the pairing of Johnson and Williams is the catalyst for a new era of Bears football that will define our future for years to come. What do you think? Is Caleb Williams destined to be a top 5 NFL quarterback by the end of this upcoming season? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Bear down. I'll see you in the next one.